Hey, welcome to the Me and You podcast, episode 3. This is Yusuf,
Sherry.
and today we're going to do character creation. So we may make a quick character here and just talk about character creation, character archetypes, and how to think about making a character. So in 5e or D&D, what type of character do you want to play?
When you say that, you mean like what class?
So we'll specifically, because we're making a 5e one, I'll give you kind of like the archetypes, kind of a breakdown. When you're role playing, you can play about almost anything, about anything that you want. The way that 5e is built, it is mostly combat. When you're creating a character, you can make it as real as possible as you want. You can make it as funny, as quirky. Because even though, yes, we're doing 5e, and when it comes to certain parts of it, the optimization or the min-maxing, that comes towards combat sometimes. But that's not the role-playing aspect. So they have backgrounds, they have ideals, they have bonds. We'll go over these type of things. When you're making your character, let's go over the base things. You can either print out a character sheet yourself, or
Where'd you get that character sheet from?
I believe this is from the starter set. Yeah, this is already pre-generated from the starter set.
You want to show them the starter set, what it looks like, the box?
No, we don't have the box. But
What happened to the box?
okay, basically, you have certain stats when you make a character. You have strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. There's a point buy system. There's one called standard array, and then, or you could say the standard way is to roll. So you roll for stats.
That's what I wanted. We talked about this a little bit in the last episode, how it's similar to some of the other games where it's luck based. But I feel like that makes it a little more fun when you roll to see how powerful your character is going to be.
So it is fun. However, these sessions sometimes are long. I can understand if you're much younger, you play a lot. But if you're playing once a month, you're playing not a lot.
Once in my lifetime.
I've rolled one time.
Yeah.
And it went really badly that if it was just a standard array, then it would have been much better. And the sourness I had.
You didn't even want to play the game after that.
No, I did. It was just a much more difficult time to say, okay, now would you like to sign up for that again? It's like, no, it's okay.
No,
I'd
thanks.
rather just have the standard rate. Now, the first time I did roll as well, and I got really lucky. And then that was my first character. And then my second character, when I played, it was very low and kind of depressing. The depression wasn't worth, but so
the
many
excitement of the roll wasn't worth it.
But I understand some people they're religious and they roll only, and they're
Well, I mean, I feel like if that's the group of people you play with, you guys either roll or you don't.
Now
that's
some
what I
people
think.
some people what they
But
do is
maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so what you do for rolling, so for standard array, so you have so let's go over character creation. The way these things are, so there's a couple of things. Let's just name them all.
Well, okay, so let me answer your first question. Your first question was, what type of character do I want? If you're basing that on like personality, then I definitely want to be kind of a quirky character.
Okay, we can go over that. We'll go over that part right now. So there are personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws.
Okay. So the personality type that I want is quirky a personality type?
Yeah, I mean, this example sheet is for a wizard with an acolyte background, chaotic good. They have alignment. We'll go over that. But their personality trait says they have little experience in dealing with people on a casual basis.
So that means they're kind of like socially awkward. Is
Correct.
that quirky?
You could take it as a quirk, but this person's ideal is knowledge. The path to power and self-improvement is through knowledge.
Oh, so this sheet that you have, there's already a character on it.
This is pre-generated.
Oh, okay.
So bonds, it says a tome I carry with me that's a record of my life's work so far. Another bond I've seen being played out is it just says family. And in this campaign that was being run, it was a modern campaign, and they were doing some type of mission where they had to just find out if somebody knew some information. They went to their apartment. It was like in New York. They went to their apartment, and there's 4 people going to this person's apartment, and
Okay.
though everybody was like invisible except for one of the female characters, and they saw when they went to the door, the NPC basically saw their face through the peephole. One thing led to another. They were let in. They didn't get the information, and 911 was called, so they had to run away. And as they were all running down the whatever you call that in New York,
Like a corridor or something.
no, the outside ladders going down.
Oh, the fire
The
escape.
fire escape, what they have, yeah. While they're going down the fire escape, one of the characters shoots the NPC, kills him.
Why?
And then he said, he saw my sister's face. My bond is family.
Oh,
And he
wow.
said, "I'll
So
do
that's
any-
like the most
I'll
important
do anything.
thing.
So for that, he chose that as a role-playing opportunity.
Okay.
And
To use his character trait to like,
correct. So
oh,
if you
wow.
do something like that in character, maybe it's even detriment. Now we have murder on our hands. Now the police are going to come us on more hot or something like this.
Right, right.
Your DM may give you inspiration. They'll give you a bonus. They'll give you extra resource for playing in character, something like this, playing up one of your ideals, your bonds, your flaws. Now, your flaw might say, if you see anything shiny, you want to steal it.
I'm not.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
or I don't let anybody tell me something twice, or if somebody has bad manners, that rubs me the wrong way. So even if the king or something, no, are you going to play it up in this situation? That happened, and then they all start looking at you, and so you're not going to. Okay, so this is also the role playing aspect. So they do have that. It's a small section, but they do have that. The rest is mostly for your equipment and combat, and some of your abilities. But yeah, okay. So yeah, so quirky. What about your ideals, your bonds, or your flaws? We don't have to go over them. You can think about them.
Can I ask you a question? So, whenever you create a character, do you typically create a character that's closest to your personality, or you tend to like be the opposite of you? Like, what type of character creator are you when you're?
So there's multiple stages in playing role-playing games.
Yeah.
This all sounds fun, but sometimes you don't do any of this at the table. In terms of, it depends who you are. Some people, they just want to do combat. Some people, they're just looking at a puzzle or situation. They're not concerned about their ideals, their personality.
Yeah, they
their
don't care
voice.
about any of that. They just
And
want to
then-
bulk up.
And, well, what they're trying to get out of it, they're maybe trying to create. They're concentrating on their creativity, like that. When I got betrayed, previously,
Right.
I mean you, by Marisoka,
Yeah.
I wasn't concentrated on what my ideal was, what my bonds
You didn't even
were,
think
what
about
my-
that like at all.
See, so yeah,
It just like went out. You was like, oh,
I'm gonna get this guy.
Yeah.
And so when you're in the moment, this type of creativity, you're doing this improv, clutch moments, trying to
Right.
shine type of stuff. At least for me, I'm not there yet. You understand what I'm saying? So there's multiple. The first,
where you like take on the persona of your character, and no matter what, you react the way your character
I would say
react. You mean?
the first time people play D&D, they may want to optimize, at least from my perspective, men's perspective, at least maybe, you're going to want to optimize your character to fight, to win, to maximize in this way. Then you start saying, oh, there's this thing called charisma or face characters that do all the talking, persuading, deceiving. You can use magic to look like people. So then you want to create a thing called a face character. You want to do all these social encounters. Then when you play that enough, then it seems, at least in my opinion, you graduate to actually wanting to play a character and role play and then care about these bonds, flaws, and these types of things. So to me, it may be a graduation process. Some people can just say, no, I did that from day one. I was always like that. The good for you. That's whatever it is. And some people say, I'll never do that in my life. So, there's no wrong way to play. But in general, I would say this game came from war games, came from simulated war games, the original D&D role-playing.
Okay. Well, so for me, I think I do want to be a quirky character, and then I want to be also like a very dangerous character. So I want to have a lot of weapons. I want to be extremely good at using my weapons. But
so that's proficient. That's a good time to come up with proficiency. So in pen and paper games, something, at least in 5e, something is called proficient. I mean, are you proficient at it? Are you, right now, are you good at fighting people with martial arts or with a sword? Or do you know how to use a bow and arrow?
Oh, so I have to pick the weapon? I can't just
No.
be good at all weapons.
So that
That's
depends
what
on
I
your class. So you
I want to be good at all the weapons, where I could just like pick up anything and I can use it like.
yeah, so
great,
that would be a
like-
fighter class.
Okay,
However,
then that's me for sure.
you see, but like a wizard, he wouldn't be proficient using a longbow or
Well, I don't want to be a
all these
wizard.
type of martial classes. Okay, this is what proficiency is. So now when you use it, you can still try to use it. Look, you can do anything. When you're striking somebody, it's not going to add a bonus. This is called proficiency bonus. So that means they're saying like when you were young, you practiced with it, you had a master or somebody teaching you, you know how to use this. And you can even get expertise in something. So you know how to pick locks, or you're
Oh
good
yeah,
with,
that sounds good too.
or you're good in history. Like what's your background, right?
I want all of the things.
So your background might be I'm good at sleight of hand, or I'm good with knowledge, or I'm good with arcana magic, meaning there may be in this, or I'm good at survival, I'm good at tracking things. So they don't allow you to be proficient in every single thing. You can try to create a character that can do that. Yes.
I want to be proficient specifically in weapons.
Okay. Most classes, about half the classes just say proficient with all weapons.
Okay, I want to be better than proficient in all weapons.
Yes. Okay. So they have it: kill more, kill harder, kill faster.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yes.
I want to be the one that can pick up any weapon and I can kill you with it, no matter what it is. And I'm willing to sacrifice all the other things.
They also have tools and also riding animals
to be able to do that.
Just tell me what
no. I don't care about animals. I don't care about being slick or sly. I just want to be able to pick up any weapon
I'm just talking
and
about
kill with
within
it.
character creation, talking about character creation now, not necessarily talking about your character, saying what proficiency is, to be proficient in something. If I'm
Yes,
rolling,
I understand what you're saying.
if you're rolling the dice in anything, how do you add more in your favor? Make sure that you're proficient in it. So if you want, if some monster comes like, oh, I always want to be a know-it-all and know what all the monsters are, so say, actually, that's a whatever genus this, genus that, and your character may know that if you choose to be proficient in history or survival or whatever it is. So when you're making a character, you can choose what you would want to have advantage in. What would you like to have more in? Okay, so I think that's enough for proficiency. Let's go with, again, it's going to be about fighting something called armor class. So in combat, everything is 6 seconds. And then, so we all we have a turn order. I'll go first.
6
You'll go second.
seconds.
That's how they'll generally say. Then the next round is another 6 seconds. So 10 rounds of combat is 1 minute.
So when you say 6 seconds,
We
you mean
all
I only
co-join.
have 6 seconds to take my turn?
And we're all simultaneously using the same 6 seconds.
Oh.
Yes, not you
so
go
that's-
6 and then I go
and then-
6. No,
oh,
it's
it's
the
at the
same
same time.
6 now. So within that 6, there's something called initiative. Initiative is going to be based on your dexterity score. So people like to increase their dexterity score because initiative is only rolled at the beginning of combat. Who will go first in the 6 seconds? So we all roll a 20-sided dice.
Oh,
and then you
who
add
goes
your-
first? But if we're going at the same time, why does it matter who goes first?
I strike you first, and then before you can strike me, you go down, even in the first 6 seconds. Like speed.
So you mean like the NPC player
Yes.
can
okay.
have
Imagine
initiative over you?
we're playing fighting games, and there's big hulking characters that walk slower, and then there's smaller characters. So when he can quickly jump to you, and before he's still holding his hand back, he can strike you and move away. So what if he strikes you at a core place and then you die? Can he strike you back? It's in the same 6 seconds. So it's the speed in which you're saying initiative. You are aware. You're a more veteran fighter. Okay.
Okay.
And just and if two people cast a spell, who's going first in the first 6 seconds? So I immobilize you. You immobilize me.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I see.
Yeah. So there has to be some way. Somebody has to go turn order. Right.
Okay, but also this only pertains to the NPCs.
Combat. No, it's everybody.
No.
It's everybody.
Okay, but you're not gonna fight the people that you're with,
Okay, but
right?
sure. So we can all go at the same. Okay, so there's multiple ways to do initiative at the table. Some people do it, they roll every round. They roll one time. They'll have it, we all go together and all the monsters go together. They'll have it, everybody rolls and everybody individually goes. And even if we go all together, I can say I do this first and then you do this, but we're all doing it kind of at the same time.
Yeah, but if you won the initiative roll, then you are going to strike the monster first.
Okay, so then you add your...
Right.
Correct. So in this, we were talking about armor class. Okay, this is what we're trying. So that was initiative. So we got to talk about initiative in combat. So armor class is, you can think of it as they add your dexterity to it, but it's basically, for lack of a better word, if somebody's striking you, can you move out of the way? Or
Right.
if somebody's striking you, does it strike you or does it strike the armor and bounce off? Or can you imagine you blocked it with your shield? Or you parried it with your sword? We can just imagine, okay? But the point is, this person has a 12 armor class. If somebody's rolling the dice to hit you now it's to hit you, whether it's a bow and arrow, it could be a spell shot like a firebolt or a swing of the sword or punch to the face, somebody's going to roll. So I'm going to just say the goblin is about to attack you. You have 12 AC. So I, as the DM, will be rolling now. He gets a 6, plus he's proficient. He's a goblin. He's been training his whole
So
life.
it's like +3 or something.
Whatever it is, it's less than 12. He misses. Now
Okay.
we can say he does this, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I want all of that too.
Okay.
I would want all the armor and I want all of the proficiency for the weapons if I were creating a character.
So
just saying.
So okay, just on armor class, when you're creating your character, there are characters who are not proficient in wearing. They have 3 types of armor: light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. So you may not be proficient to wear any armor. So your armor class will be much lower. You might not even be able to hold a shield. Now you can still.
Oh my god!
Well, you're not.
You're like useless.
You're not proficient in. You can always try to use a shield, and it'll give you the protection, but then you'll get like disabled,
Weak.
in the sense of you won't be able to cast spells.
Oh
with
my
this.
gosh! Just put it down then. What's the point?
Yes, so they don't.
Don't hold it if it's gonna disable you.
Yes, so
That's hilarious that there's characters that can't even hold a shield. I did not know that.
okay, so
Poor thing.
now we're gonna, if you roll for stats. So when you roll for stats, you're gonna roll 3 6-sided dice. You're gonna roll it 3 times. Then you're gonna roll it. Yeah, you're gonna roll it 4 times. Yeah, you're gonna roll it four times, and take the 3 highest. You're gonna
And
drop
that's
the
for
lowest.
what?
So when you were rolling for stats, so in the beginning, when we're doing character creation, you have to roll for your strength score, for your dexterity score, for your constitution score, for your intelligence score, your wisdom score, and charisma score.
So you are rolling dice. That's what I was asking at the beginning.
So you can choose to roll dice.
Or do
Okay,
standard.
standard array. Standard array
Okay.
is you get a 15, you can put it anywhere, a 14, put it anywhere, a 13, put it anywhere, a 12, put it anywhere, a 10, put it anywhere, and an 8, put it anywhere.
Yeah, that does sound a lot better.
So one of them you're always gonna have -1, because the way this works is, for whatever reason, if it's below, it works in 2s. Even though it's going to 20, it works in 2s to get a +1. If you have an odd number, it rounds down. So if you, and it's negative if it's below 10, and it's positive if it's above 10. So meaning,
What?
yeah, okay, look, this person
That's
has.
so confusing.
Yes. So, okay. Some other rule systems, they just drop.
I think I understand what
Okay,
you're saying.
we'll explain it. We'll put the map
Okay.
on the screen. Okay, this person has 16 intelligence, and remember, everything's in 2s, right? So and everything past 10 is positive.
So it'd be +6.
So 10 plus 6, right? So,
Yeah.
So no. If you have 12, it'll be +1. If you have 14, it'll be +2. If you have 16, it'll be
+3.
+3. If you have 18, it'll be
it's in
+4.
twos. Okay,
20
now
will
I
be
get it.
+5. If you have
Every
8,
2 represents 1
if
extra.
you have 8, now we're going negative -1.
Yeah, I
If you have 6,
understand.
okay. And if you have 10,
And
it's
then
just
it rounds
flat.
down either way.
Yeah, so if you have 17, it's still 3.
Or if you have 9, it's still 1.
-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
even though it's not.
So you'll
8.
roll 4d6, because if you got all 6s and you drop the lowest. So imagine so you'll take the best 3. So from the best 3, if you got all 6s, is 18. You can never get a 20 in character creation, at least on rolling. You can get that from your race. So you'll roll 4d6, so they allow you to drop the lowest one. What if you got 1 1?
Okay, so you're saying I'm rolling 4d6s. So each dice is specifically for one of those.
No, it's going to be all of the dice is going to go for strength,
one.
and then you're going to roll again.
So why am I rolling 4 of them?
Okay, so
Oh, because I'm adding them together.
yes,
Oh.
and you only add 3. They're
Yeah, because you can drop the lowest die.
Yeah, they're
okay.
trying to
got
help
it.
you out
I got
by-
it. I got it. I
yes.
got it. Okay.
Or you can do standard rate, or they have a way called point buy system where they give you about 27 points,
And you have to divide it up,
and everything starts as an 8. It starts off as an 8,
which is a -1.
and then you, 27 points. You build
You
it up.
divvy it up.
Yes. Okay. So that's how basically that would be the first thing you do. You can create a name. Now you choose your race. And race, we're not going to go over in race and how many.
No, we're definitely going to have to do a part 2 because
you're gonna choose
and
your-
then I think it'll be good for me to actually go through and do one, so it's like a step by step.
So even though we're saying character creation, this is character creation. I think just explain a lot what's on the sheet actually.
Yeah.
With part of it being character creation. Okay.
And 2, I feel like this is explaining it to somebody that has played it somewhat. So it's like as you explain it, it's starting to kind of come back. I was like, oh yeah, now I remember. But if you're starting from 0, like from scratch, like imagine trying to explain that to my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or it'll just be like, I think it would be completely lost on her. So
Okay. There's one thing on here called saving throws. And saving throws is basically a defense. If something happens to you, are you able to avoid it? How good at you are you avoiding?
it's called saving what?
They call it a saving throw.
Okay.
So basically, if somebody's trying to mind control you, are you able to resist? If you got poison, is your body able to resist? If somebody's trying to grapple you or throw you or arm wrestle you type of thing, are you able to resist his strength? So they have it in all the stats. I need to kind of go over what the stats are, but strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. So for any of those, they also have like a defense score if something's happening to you. Say there's an explosion, it'll be a dexterity saving throw to see if you were able to jump out of harm's way.
Right.
And if you fail, you'll take a lot more damage, and if you a lot of damage, and if you succeed, then you may take half or none at all. And if it was something like an intelligence or wisdom saving throws, usually for magic, you'll be either succumb to the magic or you protected yourself from it. Okay, and going over some of the archetypes of what you can create, they're basically martial classes and spellcasters. A martial class, when you create the character, everybody in the beginning is very weak. Everybody has a low amount of their health pool or their total health points, HP, where they call it deadly, meaning anything could accidentally kill you. Even the weakest monsters
That's like
falling
the shield
down.
person.
falling down. I mean, you have such little
Like,
amount of health.
oops.
You have such little amount of health that life is very dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, when you level up,
Poor thing.
you can become to level 2. In the past, it used to be gaining treasure. You gain more treasure. You gain a level. Now it's kill more monsters. They also have it just milestone, like, okay, now you arrived this part in the story. Now you're just level 2. You've progressed, right? Then you increase your health. You get stronger. You're able to increase your health. I don't know. You just get more health points, okay? But now it's harder because you don't just fall and stumble and die. You don't just rats hit you and then you die. They can hit you 2 or 3
You and
times.
these rats.
They'll hit you 2 or 3 times, or maybe 4 or 5 times. Then you'll die. Oh yeah, and when you die, you just kind of get knocked out unconscious, and then you have 3 turns in a row to see if you actually die, or you're just kind of unconscious and you're
Kind of shaking a bit.
yeah, and you'll eventually wake up, but you have to. Those are death saving throws. Yeah, right here. Success or fail, death saves. Okay. But there's a way to instantly die. Let's just say you have 8. You're level 1. You have 8 health. As long as double your health is done to you in the river, so -8.
Yeah.
So if 16 damage done to you in
16
one
damage,
turn.
Yeah, you're done for the whole game.
Oh, you cannot.
does that
you
mean
cannot make
your
him.
character is finished?
There is like high level magic that can bring you back. They need to. But okay, this is level 1, level 2.
I remember on Critical Role, you showed me that clip where the guy like brought his friend back, and you're just like, "That's so awesome." You remember that? He was like sitting there, and he was thinking and thinking and thinking.
No,
He's like,
he was
oh
crying
yeah,
because he could not.
Oh, he couldn't bring him
Yeah,
back.
that's
So that means the character that he'd been playing all these years
no.
was
So
dead.
in that game, they died already multiple times, like 6, 7
Right,
times.
right.
And then the last way the guy died, he was not able to come. He made some contract with some god or something like this.
Right.
And so, but he has a ninth level spell called Wish Spell. And the Wish spells, you just talk to your DM and you can wish for anything. And this is maybe how he would be able to get his friend back. But they were doing some fight, and he had to use this ninth level spell to counter this guy from running away.
So he was planning to use it to bring him back.
And then he
but
even
he
asked
realized,
the whole group, should I not let him escape? They said, yes. He says, okay, I'll do it. And it looks like him and the DM already talked, because even the DM's face is like, are you sure you want to do this? Like how you asked me in the before.
Right.
And it looks like they had that understanding. And this is the guy who had a bromance with one of the other people there. He got really emotional that he was not able to do that at the end. Once we won, then I
Right.
was going to wish for you to stay, because this was the season finale, and they're all level 20 and everything. And
so
and
that
then-
but that character is now destroyed, though. That's
Well,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
yeah,
asking.
so then he tells him, sorry, and he goes, why? He's like, I was going to wish, and he mouths it, and then he says, don't worry about it. He says, I love you. And then when he said, I love you, then he started crying, and he started covering. Yeah, he started covering his face.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So that's what you mean by like your character can be completely destroyed, and maybe somebody can bring you back with really
but there's-
powerful magic.
If you're dead for like longer than a certain amount of time, you can't
It
revive
doesn't matter.
unless you get some relic or wish magic. But it's
Unless
like level
there's
20.
any stronger.
Okay, but if you're level 1, there's no.
Yeah,
revive.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
I
be level
understand.
5. So in the beginning, that guy's gone.
Well, I mean, you probably only use that character for.
Also, once you're down and somebody hits you, you instantly fail a save and you can start dying. So they have certain creatures like ghouls. Once you're dead, they start taking your body away.
They want to make
start-
sure you don't come back.
Yeah, so now it makes it harder that other people that are playing are like, no, my ally, hey buddy. Like, so now what do you need to do? Are you going to defeat the bad guy? Are you going to save your
Or
ally
save your
and then run and come back another day?
Oh.
So it is a little bit like more hardcore, and there's no saves. There's no loading your game, right?
You could just come back in.
You go in the video game, slap the king, do this, do that, ha 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 ha. Load my game. Oh, we lost. Okay, load my game. Oh, I really liked my
redo.
guy. Load my game. We did this. I really like my guy. Oh, make a new character. So yeah, it's a little bit more hardcore in that sense.
So you could spend literally like, because I know these campaigns go a long time. Like I know
Yeah.
Critical Role is like years and years, and you have the same character that you've built up, and
Okay.
then you can lose that character, and so you're starting from scratch.
Okay, yeah. So a little bit more on the archetypes. So we had the martial classes and we had the spellcasters. For most people, they get their subclass at level 3. So even though you take a class, now you want to be like, if you're a rogue, you're going to take your subclass at level 3, meaning you can specialize. Yeah, specialization. Put it that way. As a thief, even though rogue is a thief, he's going to get more stealing aspect. Then they have one that's called an assassin. So an assassin, his special feature is the first time he attacks, if the person is surprised, double his damage. He will assassinate. So imagine he's in this castle, this fortress, coming up behind people, and they're unaware. You get
He
them by
just slits their
surprise.
throats.
Then that first attack will
That's
double
what
the damage.
I want to do. I want to
Yes.
be that person that can
Okay.
kill people.
Some people get their
instantly.
subclass feature at level 2. Some people get their subclass feature at level 1. So you get front loaded with some characters, and some characters you have to wait. And for most martial classes and most actually adventures, most people don't know this, is level 5.
Okay.
Most games you're never going to see a level 20 character, level 15 character, or even a level 13 or 14 character. You're mostly going to see levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and maybe sometimes you're going to see level 6, 7, 8, maybe 9.
What do you mean that you'll
Most-
see it? What do you mean?
Most adventures only go to level 5. They don't actually go to higher levels
What
than
do
that.
you mean?
Also, okay, when
Can't
it comes Yeah.
you keep the character and bring it to another campaign, or you're not allowed to do
you-
that?
you can. What happens also is with certain spellcasters, the magic starts getting out of hand.
Like,
what-
too
Yeah, like
like
there's-
unfair.
Yeah, like I think there's I don't know if it's a 4th or 5th level spell. It's called like mud to stone or stone to mud, meld to stone. And you can do it by like 40 feet by 40 feet. So if there's just a castle, you're just like, oh, it's just gonna, and then what? All the monsters start flying out. Everyone's like, oh, there's, the guys in the bathroom kind of looking at you like this. You're gonna destroy the whole world. You can destroy things in a way that it's gonna be very difficult to play the rest of the game.
I don't understand the mud thing. I don't.
Okay,
What are you saying?
imagine you go to a big castle. It's a big. You can turn 40 feet by 40 feet cubic amount of stone into mud permanently.
Okay.
The castle's wide open. The dungeon's wide open. You know, it's made into rooms. This.
Oh, so where they can break into the castle.
Yes, and it'll
Oh,
be
okay.
exposed.
Yes. Okay, I understand.
You just
what
kind
you're
of
saying
mess
now.
everything up.
But who does? Who would do that?
And players.
Why would they do that?
Players murder people. Why are they doing that?
But they're not murdering their own other players, are they?
Okay, correct. But we're just turning any castle from,
Just for
stone to
fun,
mud.
even though
Or-
it's gonna.
or we're in the dungeon. In the dungeon floor, the dungeon has walls, and you can just destroy half the dungeon. I mean, if it's a big dungeon,
So there's
small
players
dungeon.
that would do that. Like, I guess what I'm asking is, there's players that would work against what everybody else is trying to do.
No, I mean, I don't think people know how powerful some of these spells are. I've cast it only 1 or 2 times and kind of messed up
The
the
game.
place.
What's
just
the
the location.
highest? What's the highest character level you've gotten to?
I think I've got to level 11 or 9.
Okay, 11 or 9.
Yeah, can't remember. It was in Curse of Strahd.
Okay, and you have to create a new character. You can't keep using that guy.
Look, you can't. The DM can say, okay, you guys can have level 9 characters here. You guys can have level 10 characters
Oh,
here.
so it's up to the DM.
Yeah, and I'm just saying most adventures that are written, if people do homebrew, they can do whatever they are. There are a lot of veterans people here. They'll say, yeah, I'm able to do that. You know, that's very good for those games. But most people don't see ever past level 5. So level
Okay.
5 is the sweet spot, and especially for martial classes, that's when you can have an extra attack. So when you take the attack action, you can attack one more time. Now you're going to feel your most strong as any of the martial classes, because the spellcaster classes, they're just getting more advanced spells. So they'll never, when you're not going to take the attack action with them. They don't have a lot of armor. They may not be proficient with all the weapons, So they're good at doing magic. So the martial classes, when they hit, they're going to hit once. Now at level 5, they're able to hit a second time. So that feature in itself, you get at level 5. So they unlock certain features now. So when do you get to upgrade your strength or your dexterity or your intelligence? Every 4 levels. At level 4, you get to
Okay.
increase. They only get you increase any stat by 1 or 2. So basically they give you 2 points. So you can put 2 into 1, or put 1 here and put 1 here. Or you can take a feat, and a feat you can only get it this way at level 4, 8, 12 at these type of points. And we can maybe make another video for a feat, but basically it's a special ability that any class can get. Sometimes you can learn more magic. You could learn to strike a certain way.
So you're like adding another.
Complete like a
totally
special
different
ability,
ability, yeah,
special ability that
that you
everybody
didn't
has
start
access.
out
It's a
with.
whole pool, like maybe
Okay,
like 80
I
of them or something
understand.
like this, and anybody can take it, forego that, and you can take one of those.
Okay.
So most people just try to maximize their main stat, like if they're an intelligence
They
wizard,
just try to boost what they
want
already
to boost
have.
that. If they're attacking this way, then they want to increase dexterity or strength, something like this. So at 4, 8, 12, again, most people going to see 12, and then most people don't see 8.
Right.
So you're usually just getting at your 4.
I see.
Yeah. Thank you guys. That's all we had for episode 3. We'll see you guys again on the Menu podcast. Bye bye.
Okay. Thanks, guys.